So a lot of y'all out here heard a lot of people come to me and they tell me some of the stuff that they're going through in their family, in their finances, in their relationships. And you have to stop. You got to checkmate your excuses, y'all. If any of y'all play the game of chess, I love a good chess game, right? If any of y'all play chess, and if you're a good chess player, you know that you have to be 2 or 3 moves ahead of your opponent. When you make your first move, you already got to have an idea of the next couple moves that you want to make. And in order to win the game, the game of life, you gotta checkmate your excuses. I remember one time I was playing chess, and I was losing, and a friend of mine was watching, and he liked to talk smack. He a smack talker, right? So, he on the sideline, he talking and he was distracting me a little bit, and I lost the game. And I remember telling him, like, man, Joe, you always, every time you come around, you distracted me. And I remember he told me, he said, look, man, he said, you talking about you want to do big things in the world, man. You can't be making no excuses. You got to find some solution to some of the problems. He was like, look at your opponent. You don't even know what pieces do he like to play with. Figure out what pieces he like to play with, and then start sniping it, knocking them pieces off. And I was convicted by it, right? It was one of those them truths. I was so glad that he told me the truth, right? And so then I started studying the game a little bit. I learned then that never make no excuses on that chessboard and on the game of life. You can't be making excuses, because if you making excuses, things are never gonna change. So at that moment, I stopped making excuses. I had to try to find a solution to my problem. Like, why am I losing? And so when I found out what pieces he liked to play with, I studied him, and I learned that this guy, he liked to play with his bishops. So what I did was I got them bishops out the way immediately, and then I started winning every game after that. And it's the same way in the game of life. Don't make no excuses. Don't make no excuses. And if you is making some excuses, if you got some excuses, you better get rid of them. You better checkmate them real quick. I'm finna get in my scriptures for today. I'm in Genesis chapter 3, verses 8 through 19. Then the man and his wife heard the sound of the Lord God walking in the garden at the time of the evening breeze. And they hid from the Lord God among the trees of the garden. So the Lord God called out to the man and said to him, where are you? He said, I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid. Then he asked, who told you you were naked? Did you eat from the tree that I commanded you not to eat from? The man replied, the woman you gave to me, the woman you gave to be with me, she gave me some of the fruit from the tree, and I ate. So the Lord God asked the woman, what have you done? And the woman said, the serpent deceived me, and I ate. So the Lord God said to the serpent, because you have done this, you are cursed more than any livestock and more than any wild animal. You will move on your belly and eat dust all the days of your life. I will put hostility between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. He will strike your head, and you will strike his heel. He said to the woman, I will intensify your labor pain. You will bear children with painful efforts. Your desire will be for your husband, yet he will rule over you. And he said to the man, because you have listened to your wife and ate from the tree about which I commanded you not to eat from it, the ground is cursed because of you. You will eat from it by means of painful labor all the days of your life. It will produce thorns and thistles for you, and you will eat the plant of the field. You will eat bread by the sweat of your brow until you return to the ground, since you were taken from it, for you are dust, and you will return to dust. There was a lot in there, y'all. But the first thing I want to point out, right, is our first point is whenever you don't checkmate your excuses, you're gonna always hide. You're gonna always hide. If you don't checkmate a person who's not walking in their purpose, right? A person who not doing what they're supposed to do, always gonna have an excuse, right? And if you don't checkmate your excuses, you're gonna suffer. You're gonna suffer. If you don't checkmate your excuses, you're gonna suffer. Let's go back to Genesis 3, verse 8. Then the man and his wife heard the sound of the Lord walking in the garden at the time of the evening breeze. And they hid from the Lord amongst the trees of the garden. And verse 8, so God told them don't eat the fruit, but they wouldn't did it anyway, like a lot of us do. He tell us don't do something, and we go and do it anyway. And the first thing when we don't do what we supposed to do, when you don't do what you're supposed to do, you're not going to be the person that you're supposed to be. And when you're not the person that you're supposed to be, the first thing you're going to start doing, you're going to start running and hide. He told you don't eat the fruit. You went and disobeyed him. You done ate this fruit. And that first thing Adam did, man, he started running and hiding from the Lord. And God had already knew, what he had did, but he was going to go check. He wanted to see what Adam was going to say. And Adam still didn't take accountability. He blamed his wife. The woman you gave me, she made me to eat the fruit. And what she do? She said it was the serpent. He told me eat the fruit I want. He did. And God had to go and he had to deal with all of them separately. First, he dealt with the serpent. He wanted to God. Y'all wanted to get to the root of the problem. First thing he did, he went to Adam first, because Adam was in charge of everything. As men, we are the heads, we are the leaders. So we are in charge of everything. He went Adam first. Adam blamed it on Eve. Adam could have easily told her, baby, look, we ain't on this. We better do what the Lord said to do. First thing Adam do, he go blame Eve, right? We got to take accountability, man. Don't blame nobody, man, for nothing that you don't got. You know what I'm saying? Don't blame nobody, man. We got to take full accountability of everything. And the reason why we want to take accountability for it is because if you don't take accountability for it, you gave the other person all of the power. That's why even if it ain't your fault, it's your fault. And as a leader, you need this type of mentality. That's why you have to checkmate all of your excuses, right? Because if you don't checkmate your excuses, you know what's going to happen? You're going to start blaming other people. And when you blame other people, now you a victim. And when you a victim, you powerless. No, I ain't no victim. I'm going to take, even if it ain't my fault, it's my fault because I still allowed it. Some way it was still my fault. And that's why we want to take full accountability for things so that we can have the power over. I don't want to give another human being no power over me or my life. Yeah, it was my fault. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to make sure this ain't going to happen again, right? So Adam didn't want to take accountability. He put it on Eve. Eve didn't want to take accountability. She put it on the serpent, right? And so the serpent got it the worst. The snake got it the worst. And let's keep this thing practical, right? In this particular the text, right? The serpent represented another man, right? And in this man, he had a different doctrine. And he was telling Eve, yeah, you can do X, Y, Z. You're not gonna die. He downloaded that bad information to Eve. The fruit was the doctrine, right? Let's keep it practical. So it's kind of like if you tell your girl, man, baby, look, stay away from that snake dude, man, because that dude, man, I don't trust him. He a snake. He did such and such. So he got a track record for getting down on people. The dude, the snake, I don't trust him, right? And we got to keep this thing practical. We got to call it like it is. And And we must take accountability of our lives, because if you don't take accountability, you're gonna be powerless. No. All right, it was my fault. I finna fix this so that this won't happen again to me. No excuses. The blame game is, if let's say if Adam would have took accountability for the situation, it could have been a different outcome, right? Pops, I messed up. But instead, he blamed his woman. And it's so easy for us to blame our women when things ain't going right for us, right? Money ain't coming in like how it's supposed to, and now we want to blame our woman instead of taking accountability for the situation. We want to blame the white man. We want to blame this person and that person. No, we don't want to blame nobody. We're going to take full accountability so that we can fix this thing and so that it'll never happen again. It's for all my leaders. Even when it's not your fault, it's your fault. You know what I'm saying? We ain't blaming nobody. We taking full ownership and accountability for everything in our lives. It's your boy Chief Kick, man. I hope y'all liked this video, man. You know, it was real simple today. Y'all, it was just like, you know, no excuses, man. No excuses. I remember when I was in boot camp, and I remember when our drills used to tell us, I was Bravo 16, and I remember our drill used to tell us that don't make no excuses. Take accountability for your actions, right? And at the time, I didn't fully understand the full meaning of it, right? Accountability, you taking accountability is you taking your power back. This is how you have to dominate a situation. It's how you crush any obstacle that come your way. I'm gonna take full accountability for it so I can fix it. Ain't nobody coming to save me. Superman ain't coming to save me. And this is the first principle that we teach at MZT Motivation. You gotta put God first. That's the first principle to success. And I'm not a real religious person, right? But based on, I gave God a chance. I tried him out, right? And when I tried God out, he told me to do certain things. And every time when I listen to him and do what he tell me to do, I'll be successful. When I don't listen to him, it don't ever go right. And so, you know, when you do what God tell you to do, God is going to show you your mistakes and your flaws. God going to show you your mistakes and your flaws like nobody else. Your friends ain't going to keep it real with you, because if they keep it real with you, then it may hurt your feelings and they could sabotage y'all friendship. But God gonna keep it, he gonna keep it real with you. He gonna let you know, look, man, you a liar, you a thief, you know, you play the victim all the time. These are you inconsistent. These are your issues. And you gotta deal with them one at a time. You know, you give up too soon, you procrastinate, you ain't fully committed to your process. And so when we put God first, he is the light. He gonna show us. God is like a mirror. He gonna show you He gonna show you yourself and the things that you need to fix within yourself. No, we ain't blaming no Vic. It's your boy Chief Kick at MZT Motivation, man. We need y'all to like, comment, subscribe to this channel. And we want y'all to subscribe to this channel, man, because we finna give away a lot of stuff. Summertime, we giving away a lot of stuff, a lot of giveaways. We're giving away hats, shirts. You know, we helping people solve their problems, whatever issues y'all got, y'all let us know. And we're gonna help y'all solve y'all problems, y'all issues. You know, this is a community over at MZT Motivation. And we all gonna help each other to get to the next level. And we need y'all to comment, I subscribe. In the comments, leave a comment, I subscribe when y'all subscribe to this channel. And we having a Father's Day picnic. Everybody is welcome to come. We're gonna give y'all the location, the detail. We gonna have just so much. It's your boy Chief Kick. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, share this with friends so we can put the word out here. Checkmate your excuses. We ain't making no excuses. We ain't making no hostages. No friends. None of that. Small steps, great distances. Your boy Chief Kick. See you at the top.